Welcome to PMP Exam Practice. If you are new here, we highly recommend watching the quick intro video on how to study for scenario-based questions from these videos with the help of Excel sheets and YouTube timestamps, plus some quick easy tips before your exam day. Link in the description. The time limit given is about 1 minute for each answer. If you are new to this video, we recommend that you keep it playing and listen to each explanation to fully understand the scenario and the appropriate choice. If this is a review, then mute the sound, use the timestamp to navigate between the questions, and train yourself to read and answer each question in 1 minute. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications for new exam updated questions. Good luck! A project manager is assigned to a project that is an advancement. The project runs behind schedule, which is attributed to the poor performance of the project team. You want to improve their performance and avoid repeating past mistakes. What should you do first? A. Review the lessons learned register. B. Review the project team assignments. C. Meet with the team and ask for their input. D. Check out the team charter. The correct answer is A. The lessons learned register is a project document used to record knowledge gained during a project so that it can be used to improve performance. The lessons learned register is the best source to learn about mistakes made earlier in the project. Important projects in the portfolio backlog need to be delivered. Budget evaluation are needed to prioritize the project. How should the project budgets be estimated? A. The team facilitator uses historical data and arrives at an estimate based on the nature of the project. B. The product owner obtains all project details and based on the team's experience and velocity provides budget estimates. C. Budget estimates are provided based on the experience of the sponsor, product owner, and team facilitator. D. The project is decomposed into features and based on the feature value and the velocity of the team provides the estimate. The correct answer is C. Budget estimates are provided based on the experience of the sponsor, product owner, and team facilitator. A project manager works with the team to develop a software application. Due to failures in similar applications in the past, the rapid feedback from the customer on the relevance of the deliverables is very important. What is the best approach that should be selected? A. Traditional. B. Adaptive. C. Predictive. D. Waterfall. The correct answer is B. An adaptive approach is a generic term for various project management approaches typically used on Agile projects. This approach promotes the work to be undertaken in short cycles so that the results can be reviewed early and adapted as necessary. Of the choices provided, the adaptive approach is the only one that would provide rapid feedback on the suitability of the deliverables, making this choice the best answer to the question asked. A project manager is assigned to a project in a company that is moving in from a traditional approach to Agile. The relevant organizational personnel comes down experience with Agile methodologies. The organization has elected to use hybrid life cycles as a transition strategy. What else should be done to facilitate the transition? A. Eliminate the project manager's role entirely as Agile teams are self-managing. B. Replace the existing project manager with an experienced external Agile coach. C. Establish a directive project management office, PMO, to lead the transition. D. Contract an external Agile coach to assist the organization with the transition. The correct answer is D. An external Agile coach can bring significant experience on Agile best practices to assist the project team with the transition until internal resources are able to take over the responsibility. A project manager is assigned to a project in a company that is moving to Agile. During the sprint retrospective meeting, the meeting becomes a little contentious with the first signs of conflict between several team members. What is the best course of action for the project manager? A. Do not intervene regardless of what happens since Agile teams are self-managing and can handle anything. B. Intervene only if the conflict becomes destructive and take a break if needed to address individuals privately. C. Intervene immediately to avoid further escalation and damaged relationships between the team members. D. Address the situation during the meeting to hold the individuals who are involved in the conflict accountable. The correct answer is B. Conflict is inevitable and can be beneficial to a project when it promotes team discussion and encourages debate. It is important that the resolution of conflicts be encouraged, promoting an open environment where team members are empowered to express their opinions and concerns about the project. However, when conflict becomes destructive, it may be appropriate and necessary for the Scrum Master to intervene. The appropriate action for the Scrum Master to take in this circumstance would be to take a break and address individuals in private. In the scenario, however, the conflict is still at its very beginning. You manage a project which is due for a design document release next week. You review the document when an influential stakeholder tells you to add a feature to the existing design. Earlier, this stakeholder tried to bother you with unreasonable demands during the last days of the release. What is the best you can do in this situation? A. Determine the impact of this change on your schedule and the constraints before taking a decision. B. Report his behavior to the senior manager, suggesting why he should no longer be associated to your project as a stakeholder. C. As this person is influential, you have no option but to listen to him and add the functionality. D. Ask him to raise a written change request form and then follow integrated change control. The correct answer is D. It is important that a project manager considers written and well-documented change requests for the project. A new government regulation necessitates financial resources to be added to a project. Due to this regulation, a new key stakeholder request to add another project activity. What should the project manager do? A. Execute the new activity because it was requested by the key stakeholder. B. Use funding allocated to other activities to execute the key stakeholder's request. C. Update the schedule to include the new activity because it was requested by the key stakeholder. D. Document the request from the key stakeholder and perform the change request procedure. The correct answer is D. The project manager should document the request from the key stakeholder and perform the change request procedure. Other options are not correct because the change request should be approved before updating the plan or executing the new activity. The project sponsor requests that the project be delivered by a particular date in order to meet mandatory regulatory compliance. Failure to meet this time frame means that the organization risks suffering penalty fees. During the execution phase, the project manager determines some additional requirements that would delay the project's delivery date by a couple of months. What should the project manager do? A. Reject the additional requirements and stick to the schedule to deliver on time. B. Engage the legal team to document a response to reduce the negative impact to the organization. C. Analyze the impact with the project team to discuss options with the project sponsor. D. Update the project schedule to include the additional work. The correct answer is C. First, the project manager should analyze the impact with the project team to discuss options with the project sponsor. Not good practice to update the baseline without a formal change request and get the approval by CCB. The product owner meets with the project team members to talk about the user stories for the next iteration. The product owner points out the user stories that hanging the highest value, while the team indicates which user stories bear the highest risk. By the end of the meeting, the user stories in the iteration backlog are prioritized, and the team knows how to develop them. What process have the product owner and the team just performed? A. Iteration planning. B. Develop schedule. C. Stakeholders analysis. D. Backlog refinement. The correct answer is D. Discussing the value of the user stories and the risk associated with them, eventually resulting in a prioritized backlog, can be best described by backlog refinement. Backlog refinement is the progressive elaboration of project requirements, user stories, in which the team and relevant stakeholders, such as the product owner, collaboratively review and update the requirements to satisfy customer needs. An iteration backlog is typically prioritized based on the value a user story represents for the customer combined with the risk associated with the user story. An outcome is a prioritized iteration backlog. As the work progresses, the product owner, together with the team, works with the stakeholders to prioritize the product backlog, identify new items, refine existing items, and clean up items that are no longer needed. The development team has chosen, together with the product owner, items in the product backlog to develop in the sprint. Who must specify how the development team should go about its work? A. The Scrum Master. B. The product owner. C. The development team. D. The function managers the development team reports to. The correct answer is C. The development team who must determine how the development team should go about its work. The development team is responsible, being a self-organized team, facilitated by the Scrum Master. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications, so you always get the latest updated exam questions. For special exam requests, please send us an email. Thank you for watching.